So in this video, I'm going to give you an update on what's going on with UK house prices and what's likely to happen in the future. Now, if you find this useful, make sure you hit that like button, but also subscribe to the channel because I do update these videos regularly. So there'll be another update next month, for example. Now, there is also an article on the Money to the Masses website that we update more regularly that talks about house prices. You should bookmark that. We've put a link in the notes of this video so you can find it and bookmark it. Now, it goes without saying that house prices do go up and down based on various things like supply and demand, but also the local economy near you and the local housing market near you, but also the wider macro trends, so things like the Bank of England base rate. But I am going to cover what's going on with house prices because I don't have a crystal ball of what's going to happen in the future, but I can look at what's been happening recently, and we can therefore potentially make an assessment of what might happen in the future. Now, I'm going to jump straight across to the article that I mentioned in the Money to the Masses website. When I do, feel free to pause the video at any point so you can read the details, but like I said, you can click on the link below this video to read the article in full yourself. So jumping across then, here is the article. It's called What is Going On, or What is Going to Happen to UK House Prices, I should say. And we go straight down, and what I do is I look at a number of house price indices that are published regularly, and they are all compiled in different ways. So this one, for example, is the UK House Price Index. Now, this is based upon a wide-ranging data set sourced from HM Land Registry and other government sources. So it does give a very clear picture of what is going on, but there is a time lag, as you can see. The latest data that we've got that's just come out is actually from May. So looking at those changes, you can see that the annual change, that's the second row, has started to drop considerably. So back in January, annual house prices were growing at 6.3%. You can see the month-on-month figures. They started to see some negatives in there. The annual change in house prices at the moment, based on the UK House Price Index, is 1.7%. But you'll see when we go through the other indices, the changes are actually negative. So you can see the average house price there is £285,000, just over. Now, the nationwide house price index is compiled in a different way, and it's based on the mortgage data approvals that Nationwide actually has. So the latest data we've got is July 2023. You can see there was a monthly change in house prices of 0.2%. Going back through the annual changes, so March 2023, house prices had an annual change of minus 3.1%. That has since picked up. We're looking at minus 3.8% there in July. If we go down to the Halifax House Price Index, like I said, you can pause, zoom in, or you can go to the article yourself to have a closer look. Now, this data is compiled from the 300,000 mortgage approvals that the Halifax has. So this data set shows that the rate of change, the monthly change in house prices in July 2023 was minus 0.3%, and that takes the annual rate of change to minus 2.4%. That's quite a significant change. If you go back to February, you can see house prices on an annualized basis were still up 2.1%. You can see the direction of travel there from February to July. The house prices are falling and the price rate of change, so the falls are accelerating. Going down to Rightmove, this is a slightly different way it's compiled. This is compiled based upon asking prices on the property portal Rightmove. So it's not the sales, this is a reflection of what sellers are asking. So the house might not actually sell at this price. So it's the seller's confidence really that's being shown here. April 2023, monthly change was 0.2%. We're down to minus 0.2% in July 2023. The annual change is 0.5%. It was 1.7% in April. You can see again that's starting to fall. So it's again all pointing in the same direction. And don't forget, if you look at the market at the moment, sellers are still asking a lot for their houses. So prices are still staying high from a seller's point of view, but they're not actually selling at the moment. I speak to a lot of people in the market, so estate agents, etc., and they are saying that where we are at the moment, that sellers aren't quite accepting what's going on in the market in terms of interest rates and the impact. So we're seeing a lot of houses still in the marketplace, not selling at the moment, but obviously things can change in the future. In the article, I also talk about what's driving the change in house prices. I do look back to a period previously we had a rapid rise in interest rates. So we're going back to the early 1990s where we saw similar hikes in the Bank of England base rate. And it was actually followed by a 20% fall in house prices. That doesn't mean it's going to happen this time around, but it does give you some perspective. We are now seeing some of that weakness coming through in house price data that all of the analysts had said would potentially arrive. But the market is holding up much better than you would think, given what the headlines and doom and gloom we've been reading over the last year or so. So that's the latest update. If you found that useful, hit that like button, but also make sure you subscribe to the channel.